Hello everyone, my name is Kate Marshall. The name of my channel is called Inked Paper Art. Today I am going to show you how to make fabric swatch tags for your junk journals. So you can see I have a mess going on my desk. This is left over from last night's Craft With Me Live where we made fabric clusters, but today I'm going to continue working with fabric and I'm going to show you how to make the fabric swatch tags. So this is day 25 of 365 days of junk journal ideas. So I've got out some repair tags here. If you don't have repair tags, you can cut a piece of cardstock into a tag shape. That should work just fine too. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull out some rag paper book page. This is just from a book from France from the 1800s, early 1800s, somewhere around there. And so I'm going to take some book page and I'm going to tear it at an angle and cover up part of my tag, not all of my tag. So I'm just kind of angle it like this. I'm going to glue some of this on, just, giving it a little bit of background. I know the repair tag has a background on it. I'm just going to add a little bit of text back there. And the way that I'm going to do that is just by adding some glue stick to my tag itself. And then I'm going to add some to the edge of the paper. And so we've got this edge here we don't need. I'm running out of space. And so I'm going to add a little bit of glue just right down the edge here. And that should do it. And then we're going to put that on our tag of glue. I don't have any glue book page or anything else. We're just doing it this way today. So there we go. We've got some text back there. And then, you can see the tag underneath. Just make sure that your book page is straight there. And then I'm going to cut around that just to give me back my tag shape before we continue. So I've put some book page on. And I'm not cutting my tag. I'm just cutting the book page off. Following my tag around. There we go. So there's our tag after we added the layer of book page. Looks pretty good. So the next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and ink around this tag. Now, while I'm inking around this tag, think about the kind of fabric that you want to put on your tag. Generally, I like to put 3 to 5 little fabric swatches. And so this is just something that you can coordinate and make with whatever theme that your theme journal that you're making. So like if you're making a journal where pretty red or blue fabric or something like that would go in it, then that's the kind of fabric that you want to choose for your swatch tag. Now this is a project that you can make up ahead of time and you can just have at hand to use whenever you want to use them. So I do like to put a little ink on there, ink it up. That's pretty good. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to take some kind of fabric. So here I've got a little bin of fabric and I'm just going to dig through and find some that I want to play with. And so for me, I'm looking for something in red or blue family. I have a pile here that kind of all coordinate. So I'm just going to find some that I think that would look nice. So let's take a piece of this one here. And then let's find one more that has a little bit more color to it, like this guy here. And then maybe one that coordinates like that guy. Okay, well that looks good. We've got 3 coordinating fabrics. So that's a good start. These 3 kind of go together. They're all in the same kind of color tone, right? So then we're going to set our tag aside. We're going to rip out some swatches. So for swatches, you want small little pieces. And I'm just going to snip my fabric and cut it. And snip my fabric and cut it. Okay, so what I'm using today is actually some little French fabrics. And so then from there, I'm just going to make some small little snips and see if these will tear. They will. That's pretty good. So there's our first little swatch. There's the second little one. So this is a great project to use up those leftover little bits At the end of a project, you know, you have some little bits, like this is my little collage cluster tray over here of fabricy bits. Sometimes at the end of a project, you just have a couple little bits, right? So this is a great way to use those up. So next, take your tag back over here. You're going to take some art glitter glue. You could use the UHU like I'm using. Go ahead and put some glue stick, something like that on here. You could use some Fabri-Tac, but you would need to smooth it out with your finger or a spatula or something so it doesn't seep through your fabric. I'm going to use UHU Glue Stick. It really does work fine. The other thing I will mention is I put some on the tag, but I'm also going to put some on my fabric itself. UHU Glue Stick is permanent. It will hold your fabric. So I've glued, oops, I just threw my glue stick. I've glued this one, and let's see. Let's go ahead and put this one in the middle, okay? So I've got glue on my tag and I've also got glue on my fabric, and that double gluing is really important. You want the UHU to stick, and so you've got to kind of add some glue on both. So we've got glue going on here. We make a little sandwich of glue, in other words. Okay, got glue there. And then I'm going to put this one, let's see, let's put this one here. So we've got one at the top, one in the middle, and now we'll add one at the bottom. And this is a very simple little way of decorating a tag, and it's just our little fabric swatch tag. So maybe you used some of these fabrics in the journal that you were working on, or maybe you didn't. But either way, this is a nice project. You could make it ahead of time. You could use scraps left over at the end of making a journal, but it's just a cute little tag of fabric swatches. Now, if you wanted to add a little bit more detail to this, you could go in and you could outline them with like a fine liner, like a black pen, just outline your little swatches. You could write in just some little scripty, not even really words, but just some little script underneath, like a little French word to kind of color name them, or write number, 302, 301, 304. You could do a little bit more work there, but that's the base of one, right? It's just a little fabric swatch tag. That's as simple as it gets, but it looks really nice, right? Like if you found that in a journal, you'd be like, oh, little fabric samples. It's cute. Okay, let's make a couple more because we have time. That was a short little video today. And so this is the next tag we're going to use. Let's see what we've got for more fabric. Let's use some little bits out of here. I have this little section already kind of worked on here. We've got that one there. Let's do a little plain one. I don't mind plain. Plain is good. We'll do that guy. And so again, we're just making some little tiny swatches, tearing them out of fabric. I actually can use this one right here too. Perfect. I love it. Let's use one of these ones again. Let's use this brown one. I like it. We'll cut it in half and we'll get two out of it. So if you are a quilter and you have a bunch of quilt scraps left, great, perfect. So let's get our book page on this one. And I have that other half of a book page here. So I'm going to flip it over and glue it down going, let's put it upside down. I don't even care about it. We're going to put it upside down. The text is unimportant, really. I'm using French text. You're not going to be able to read it anyway. Now, obviously, you'll see that it's upside down. Doesn't matter, though, because it's just for texture in the background. It's really not for any other purpose other than you want to add a little bit something different. So we're going to go right like this. There's that. Put that on there. And then I'm going to cut around it. So I hope you guys are all having a great weekend. Happy Saturday to everybody. I will be wedding dress fitting with my daughter. She's getting her wedding dress fitted tomorrow. And so her wedding is in March. We're almost there. A little bit more waiting. And so my daughter is getting married in March. We're super excited for her. I'm going to ink around this tag super quick. Most of you guys have heard this story last night at the craft with me, but that's what I'm going to be doing while you guys are watching this video. Hopefully you guys break out some supplies and make some of these little fabric swatch tags. They're very simple, I know, but it's just one of those things where it's unexpected. You don't really see a lot of people doing fabric swatch tags like this, but I think it's fun. And so another reason why we add this book page down here is because these repair tickets, they're perforated here, and I just didn't want the tag, the bottom part, to come off, so I go ahead and glue some book page over it, and that keeps it from falling off, that little perforated section. So again, I add a good section of glue there, and then I add glue on the backs of my tags or my little fabric strips. You can make your fabric swatches as big or as little as you would like. I will say that I think that they are cuter when they are smaller. They're more cute when they're small. So there's that one. And so I'm going to put this guy, he's stuck to my finger. I'm going to put him right there. They don't have to be the same size. I think they look better when they're, you know, about maybe an inch or so by maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches. And so I'm adding glue to that next fabric, and I'm going to put that one on. And there's that one. And so you make a little color family, a little story of fabric, if you will. And so this fabric, he is just a plain regular fabric. Doesn't really have a right side or a wrong side. And the UHU glue stick is permanent, and it gets all in there in the fibers. It doesn't seep through the front side of the fabric, but it will stick it down nicely. And this is the magic blue one, and so it will dry clear. But for right now, you might see a little bit of that blue, but it will dry clear. And so this is our fabric swatch tag. This is our fabric swatch tag. We made 2 of them in a matter of minutes. They're really cute. Now from here, you could certainly go in, like I said, and add like some little labels or some kind of little words, something like that. There's a little label. I mean, you know, maybe something more like this one where you've got like your order number, something that makes sense, package number. You could certainly do some more embellishing. I'm just showing you the cute little fabric swatch idea. I think I might just add those. They fit there. They look good. We'll do that. Like I said, hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I will have another video for you tomorrow on Sunday, and that will be video number 26. I can't believe it. It's going so fast. I know we have a long way to go because this is 365 days of junk journal ideas, but we're going to get there. I tell you, we're going to get there. So many fun things to play with, so many new ideas out there, more inspiration I find and see every day. And sometimes I don't know what I'm going to make until I sit down and make it, like right now. And I just do it, and it's fun, and it works, right? And so, you know, I have really been enjoying this process. I hope that you guys have been enjoying these videos. I think they have been so much fun to do every day. My goodness. And these are cute. I'm totally putting these right in a journal. I know exactly which journal they're going in. Whenever I did the Italian ladies journals, these would have looked great in there. So I've got one that says package number, and I've got one that says order number. And so imagine if you were shopping for fabric in a little French fashion magazine, these would be the little fabric swatch samples that you would get. Super cute, love them, love the idea, and I will be making many more of those. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and have a great weekend. I'll see you back here tomorrow with a new idea. Bye, guys.